My digital art journey started when I was 14. I came from a family of musicians, and although I gave my attempts at the violin, I felt like I needed to choose another endeavor. So I set my sights on visual arts. At 14, I spent time searching the internet for Disney characters, and I tried copying them until I got more and more accurate. That year I got my super fancy first iPod Touch, so I downloaded a free drawing app, and I started to use my fingers to draw more characters like Naruto. And then I started thinking, I can draw anything, so I tried to draw without reference photos, and I got humbled very quickly. Later that year, I got a Wacom drawing tablet, Wacom, and a disc version of Corel Painter. It was a steep learning curve. I was actually really scared to get into all the new tools, so I literally only used one paintbrush and the color wheel. I didn't even try to understand color pickers, layers, or the undo shortcut. I was constantly color matching myself whenever I had to change colors. But you could say it taught me how to get really good without shortcuts. I would literally zoom right up into the image to copy it almost pixel for pixel. No scaffolding, no sculpting, just this mechanical, systematic method of drawing. And because of that, every piece would come out really accurate and almost photorealistic. It's actually quite hard to compare my old works with what I make now. But you see, improvement is sometimes mental too. I don't think I really enjoyed the process at this time. I was just so set on the output and getting it accurate. Everyone said I was great at art, but my true desire was to create something original and not just copy. Digital art dropped off as I finished high school. Sure, I'd draw something every now and then for special occasions, but otherwise, I didn't really practice. It wasn't until university that I got back into it, and I started to experiment more. Mainly because I wanted to decorate my dorm room. But there were no expectations, no one to share anything with, so I just drew. Sometimes I drew well, sometimes it was bad, but I kept pushing through. I just created. I tried to shape my pictures more by sketching them, and I tried to combine more things from different images. I even tried to animate a few things using 2D pencil draw, but the app often crashed on my laptop, so I just let that one go. And all this time, I was just using my trusty Wacom drawing board, which was starting to show its age. Then in 2020, during the COVID outbreak and isolating at home, I started my Instagram account. I became hyper aware that I didn't have a style, so I was determined to find one. First I thought, maybe I'll draw everything in blue tones except the things that matter or interest me. Then I went on to thinking, I'll just draw scenery, or I'll just do illustrations in this style, or this one. And as I gained an audience and updated my tools, I started feeling the pressure to create what people wanted to see. I tried to draw people more, and I tried to predict what my audience would like. But honestly, I never knew. Things I really liked didn't seem to hit the mark for others, and it was an attempt in vain to try and create only for an audience. When Reels came out, I started jumping on trends just so I could grow my audience, even though I didn't like the trends myself. And eventually, I burnt myself out. I didn't like what I was making, and I kept archiving my posts because I wasn't proud of them. So in December 2022, I took some time to reflect. What do I actually love? What do I want from it all? I love animals. I want to be a storyteller. I want to make people happy. I want to create something that will make people smile or think or laugh. I want to look back at my art and always find peace in it and myself. I started learning to animate again, And I loved it. I found that this way I could reach an audience, but also just be myself and create my little scenes. And that leads me to where I am today. Today, Artelocat is a place where silly scenes come to life, warm, cozy drawings are shared, and my own observations, experiences, and life are portrayed through animals. It might still change over the coming years, but I'm quite content where I am now. Maybe it's worth just enjoying this moment and being at peace with it all.